Welcome in the kitchen. So glad y'all are here. I am. I've missed you. Had my tooth pulled last week and I'm back on the mend now and all is good. Everything went well. So I've had a lot of time to sit and look at recipes and look at autumn recipes, fall recipes, Thanksgiving recipes, Christmas recipes. I've got tried and true that we make every year for Thanksgiving. I've got tried and true we make every year for Christmas. But occasionally I like to throw in something a little different. Maybe you all are the same way. Maybe you struggle with the vegetables, or maybe you struggle with the way your meat turns out and you may want to try something different or whatever. You know, that's just the way we are. At least I am. I'm always looking for a way to improve upon something that I already cook, maybe, possibly. But right now, we're going to make a cake because I've not made a sweet in a week. I've not really done much cooking. I've gotten some other things around the house done. But y'all have not missed videos. I made a bunch and then, had them to give to you, send to you along. That's the way most YouTubers do it, I think. We don't make a video today and post it today, or at least I don't. I make them and, it may be a couple of weeks after the fact that you all actually get to see a video. Could be a day or two, could be a couple of weeks. Just depends on how busy I've been doing other things and how often I get in here in the kitchen and get to cooking things that maybe I've not shown you. And sometimes I take time and cook things that we really like that I cook all the time. That are kind of our favorites that y'all don't want to see me cook every week, I'm sure. So, with all that being said, let's make us a cake. We're going to make an apple cider donut cake. It just looks so yummy to me. This time of the year, you think of apples, or I do anything made with apples and cinnamon. So, make us an apple cider donut cake. Yum, 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 yum. First of all, and I should have done this and I started to, y'all, and I didn't. Make us up some stuff to get our pan ready. I'm going to use this trusty Pampered Chef stoneware bundt pan that is, I'm guessing almost 30 years old, close to it. I got it when I was selling Pampered Chef many, many, many years ago, before I ever had children. Or maybe Andy was just an infant, baby. He might have been a baby. And I left him a night or two a week to go sell Pampered Chef and get out of the house because I needed some adult conversation. Left him with Dad, and Mom would go out and cook. And I'd go cook in people's homes, and it was a lot of fun. So now I just cook in my home and let y'all watch me. Isn't that fun? Okay. First of all, let's get us a little bit of flour in here. We're going to get this pan ready. This is just all-purpose flour. Just all-purpose flour. That's probably a couple tablespoons. That should be plenty. If it's not, we'll make some more. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. My big thing of oil out here. This one's new. Just want to get the lid off of it. Okay. That's just a dollop, just a little bit of oil I put in there because you're wanting to make a paste. Just a paste. I usually use butter, but I'm running low on butter, and so I'm going to use oil. This is going to grease and flour this baking pan. This is so much easier than... Now, if you've got that stuff in a can, by all means, just use that. I don't buy it. I think it's expensive, and this works well for me, so that's what I'm going to use right here. Take the back of this little handy-dandy spoonula or spatula and just Come up through there with it. Can y'all see what I'm doing? Bring y'all down because y'all like to watch me. Okay, here we go. We're just going to, might need just a little more flour. Just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit right there. Because you want it to stick to the sides of your pan. You're just making a paste. Just a flour and oil paste to keep your cake from sticking. Now then. See? All right, I'm going to do this. Because I can do it better if it's sitting down flat. Y'all can still see me, I think. Let me get out the brush. I didn't see it right on the top, so I thought I just could use that. It's not like I don't have a blue million things over here. Now then. I don't know that this is going to work any better. It's not working as well, honestly. So I think I'm going to go back to my little spatula. Which I thought that's what I usually use, but for some reason this did not seem to be. Seems like if I do just the spray or just the butter and then flour, my flour gets in clumps, y'all. So I like to do it this way. And that keeps your flour from just being real clumpy on your outside of your cake. Want to be careful not to get too much, but you want it coated real well. I've got another 2 or 3 cake recipes I want to do with y'all soon. Might try to do one a week, or depends on how much the boys eat. I don't eat a lot of sweets. I used to, but I don't anymore. It's just, I just don't eat them. Trying not to anyway. But the boys do like them. Andy especially loves cakes. So I'm trying to make him some more things. He loves apples. When he was little, I have to tell y'all how I made applesauce. I had somebody give me a whole bunch of apples in the fall one year when he was just little. He loved applesauce. He did. And I'd have to buy it by the case, I think. I just remember buying a lot of applesauce when he was a baby. He loved any kind of fruit and still does. Y'all, I got out my apple cider to make this, and I had it sitting here. And before I could get it opened to get it ready to go in the cake, he had already gotten him a big old glass full of it. So I had to pour out what I needed for this cake and put it to the side. Or otherwise, we wouldn't have had this cake. I bought it specifically to make this cake and something else I'm going to cook for supper. All right, there's our pan. It's ready. I'm going to set it here out of the way. Now then, here's a bowl. Can y'all see my bowl? Move y'all back just a little bit. All right, in this bowl, we need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Y'all know I always fluff it up. 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Let me get out my measuring cup. I should have already had it out, shouldn't I? There it is. And I don't know if I've got 3 cups in here, but I've got another whole bag, so. And then I fluff it, and then I just scoop it, take it right off the top, just like that. There's one. If I have 3 cups, that's probably all I've got. But I don't like to mix my flours. I like to use every drop that's in my canister before I pour another one in there, because that way you're always using your oldest flour. That's the way you do it, and you throw it over. I know. I saw that. I'm making a mess. But you know, if you're not cooking, if you're not making a mess, you're not cooking. All right, there's our flour. See, I just have a little bit left there, and that'll be for something else I'm going to do tonight that I just need to drop the flour for. All right, let me get a dish rag here and wipe this mess up. Because y'all know I make messes. I make big messes sometimes. I've been known to spill stuff in the floor and everything. I have. All right, and to that, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Right, here's our cinnamon. There's our teaspoon. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. 1. There's 2. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And we're going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. It's just a little bit of nutmeg. And we're going to add a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to use sea salt, not iodized salt. It's just plain old sea salt right there. I like to use that when I'm baking. There's our sea salt. And 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder. All right, here we go. Baking powder. It's when it comes in this little can. It's not baking soda. It's baking powder. 1.5 tablespoons, right? That's what it says. Let me double check. 1.5 tablespoons. Now, this is a tablespoon. And I always check the date on it, so, you know, because if you're using something that's out of date, well, guess what? Your cake's not going to rise, or your biscuits, or whatever it is you're putting it in. And mine's good for another 6 months. I know, about 8, 9 months, so I'm good. All right, now then, we're supposed to whisk that together. I got this little baby whisk right here. You can sift this if you want to. Put it all in a sifter and sift it all together. That works too. Sure does. But this kind of sifts it as you're mixing it like this. Oh, and it already smells heavenly, you all. You add those apples into this, holy moly, it's going to be good. I can already tell. The cinnamon, the nutmeg, love those spices. Love cloves and allspice and all those fall spices. I do. All right, now then, in the mixer. Here we go. Bring y'all up just a little bit so you can see. Let me get our beater. Our beater. Here we go. There's our beater. Now then, we put in there 1 cup of vegetable oil. 1 cup. We'll get out another measuring cup right here. This is a 2-cup measure. But y'all, I can't hold it and pour 2. So y'all just hold on with me. And I'm sure you could probably use butter. Melted butter if you so desired. Or you could just whip up your butter. You know what? I might want to do that. I'm going to use butter instead of oil because I just think it tastes better. I do. We need a whole cup, so it's 2 sticks of butter. Okay? And I'm going to put this in there and start it to creaming. This is room temperature butter. It's salted. I always use salted 99.9% of the time. It won't hurt a thing. Will not hurt one thing. I don't care what kind you use. If this cake falls, y'all know why. I used butter instead of oil, but I don't think it's going to matter. All right. Let's cream this up. And I'm going to cream this butter. The more you cream it, the lighter your cake's going to be. Okay? All right, let's add our sugars. That's what we're supposed to add next to it. And then we're supposed to cream it all for a long time. It says 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, and I may not have that much. But it also calls for brown sugar, so I'll just add extra brown sugar. There's 1/2 cup. And another 1/4 cup. All right, there's our 1.5 cups of white sugar with our little bit of brown. Now I need another 1/2 cup of brown. I'm packing it down in here. There we go. All right. Now then, we're going to cream this butter and sugar for 2, 3, 5 minutes, whatever. We're just going to get it real creamy to where they ain't playing together and they're so happy. Okay, y'all, here we go. See, look at that. Look how light that is. It's just all creamed up. It's probably creamed for about 5 minutes or so. So, look at that. Just real creamy. Yum! All right, now then, we're going to add some more goodies to this. We're going to add these eggs one at a time. Turn it on about medium right there. Got 3 eggs. See? 3 eggs. I'm going to do them one at a time if we can. There's one. Now then, let's go in here and pull all that down off the side so it can all get in there and play with the eggs. You know, they like to all play together. All right. Now then, we are going to add to this 1 cup. 1 cup. See, 1 cup. Give y'all back just a little bit. 1 cup of unsweetened applesauce. Unsweetened applesauce. 1 cup. Get all that in there mixed up good. And just get it all down off the sides again. I need to get me another beater that will beat that down for me. I had one and I wore it out, I guess. All right, now then, we're stirring that in. And now we are going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I bought this vanilla bean paste. It says Mexican vanilla bean paste. We're going to try it. It smells good. It calls for 1 teaspoon. Okay? Right in there, a teaspoon. Okay. Smells good. All right, now then, we've got 1 cup of our apple cider. Right here, 1 cup of our apple cider. And here's our dry mixture, right here. And we're going to add these alternately, okay? And get me a big spoon for that. So I can spoon it in there. We're going to put in 1/3 of this. No, yeah. And I'm just spooning it in. Then we're going to add a 1/2 cup, or 1/2 of our apple cider. Or 4 ounces, okay? Now then we're going to come in with another 1/3 of our flour and spices. Get all that mixed in. You'll see. Now then we're going to go in with our other 1/2 or 1/2 cup or 4 ounces of our apple cider. Y'all, I got my apple cider at Trader Joe's, and it's not the refrigerated, it is the Honey Crisp unfiltered apple cider. It's on the shelf. That's what I'm using for this one. I also have some other recipes that call for apple cider, and I've got some out there in the freezer so that we can, I'm going to taste this. Oh my goodness, is that not delicious? Now we're going to go into the rest of our flour. There we go, that's all of it. While that mixes a minute, I'm going to pull our cake pan back over here. All right, look at that. Doesn't that look yummy? It does. Oh, it smells so good, you all. It smells so good. All right, now then, I'll clean her up in a minute. I'm going to take this and go right around there and fold in the last little bit of that flour. Now we're going to put this evenly around our pan. Or as even as you can get it. Get every little drop out of there, because this is going to be good, y'all. It's not going to have an icing on it. It's just kind of a bundt cake, no icing. And I'm going to just do it like this till it all evens out. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right, this is going into a 325-degree oven for 50 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the middle comes out clean or almost clean. Okay? So I'm going to pop this in the oven and I will be back in about 50 minutes and we'll check it and see if it's done. And if it is, we'll take it out. If it's not, we'll leave it another minute or two. And then we'll be ready to put our topping on it, which is yummy. It's got just a little sugar topping that goes on it. Just looks delicious. Just to add extra. I mean, you know, who doesn't want extra? We do. Okay, enough of that. We're going to put it in the oven, 325, 50 minutes. All right, y'all, while we're waiting on our cake to bake, let's go ahead and make what we put on the top. And for that, we need sugar, or in my case, brown sugar, because that's all I've got. And we need some cinnamon. And it calls for a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. There's one. And I've got extra sugar, so that one we're just winging this cinnamon sugar. Make it however cinnamony you want it, okay? We're just going to mix this together. Cinnamon and sugar. Match made in heaven, I do believe, don't you? I think it was. Y'all can't see me, can you? You can see me, but you can't see what I'm doing. I'll turn y'all down. All right. Like I said, put as much or as little cinnamon as to your taste, okay? This is my kind of cake because it's got no icing on it. I will eat cakes with icing, but I prefer just the cake with maybe a simple glaze or just a cinnamon sugar topping or powdered sugar or something like that. I'm just never been a big icing girl. Never have been. If y'all have watched me much, I've told y'all that before. I tell y'all that every time I make a cake, don't I? This would be so good in the morning with just a cup of coffee. It would. Okay, there you go. We got that all mixed up. I'm just going to leave it sitting right up here till our cake comes out and we get ready to put it on there. I think I'm going to let the cake cool just a little bit before I put it on there because I don't want it all to melt. I want it to stick. So, all right, I'll be back shortly. All right, are you excited?
Say hi, friends!
Say, Mama's made us a cake.
Mommy says, give us some cake!
Let's show him our cake.
Mommy
You want
said,
to?
give us some cake!
Here's our apple cake, you all.
Apple cake?
Yeah, there's our apple cider donut cake, and it's a very dense cake.
Do you want to go to Bundt Street Elementary School?
It comes out almost, they're
Do you
kind of
want
like
to
dry
go to
crumbs.
Bundt Street Elementary School?
Shh, so they can hear Mama. Look, it's got just like dry crumbs.
I want to go to Bundt Street.
So it's a very moist, heavy cake. It's not a light cake. Like I said, it'll be so good.
I'm gonna
So
go
good
to Bundt Street
on
Elementary School.
with a cup of coffee in the morning for breakfast. It'll be delicious. I'm going to set it over here on this wire rack so it can cool. Hey, we ain't going nowhere. We're staying at home and getting ready to cook us some supper.
Do you want to go to Bundt Street Elementary School?
Okay, here it is. Oh, her clunk, you all.
Do you want to go to Bundt Street?
Told y'all I make messes. You have to watch. Because I made a big mess there with brown sugar and cinnamon. Everywhere. It just went everywhere. All right. We're going to let this cool a little bit, and then I'm going to turn it out. But y'all can see it's coming away from the sides. See that? Can't wait to eat it. I just cannot wait. I want to eat this so bad. I've been wanting to make this cake for over a week. Ever since I found the recipe. And I just didn't feel like cooking. So, here's the apple cider that I used. Right here. Honey Crisp apple cider, unfiltered, not from concentrate. Okay? That's what I used, in case y'all want to know. But I'm assuming any apple cider will be fine. You do not have to have a particular kind of apple cider. If you've got a local orchard that you can go to and get fresh apple cider, yum, that's going to be good. It is. I don't know what the difference in apple cider and apple juice is. If you just took apples and juiced them, would that make apple cider? I don't know. That's something to think about. Y'all leave me some comments, let me know. In the meantime, I'll look it up and find out. Y'all, this cake, the smell of it, I just cannot wait to eat it. All right, I'm going to go, because if I don't, I'm going to dump it out, and it's not going to come out pretty. It's not going to be pretty. So I got to turn y'all off and go in another room, or I'm going to have a big mess with this cake, okay? Up on there, just patting it in there. So it'll just be kind of coated. Y'all can coat this with powdered sugar, I guess, or make a cinnamon glaze even with powdered sugar. Try to get that sugar out of that groove right there. Yum, you all. I just cannot tell you how wonderful my kitchen smells right now. It just smells heavenly. Just fall in the air everywhere. It just smells like fall. All right, I'm going to let this cool till after supper. And I'll bring y'all back when we get ready to taste it, okay? Oh, I just cannot wait. I want to taste it right now. I do. But I'm going to be a good girl. I'm going to be a good girl. I'm going to be a good girl. I keep telling myself, be a good girl, be a good girl, be a good girl. I'm going to let it cool, and we're going to have it for dessert tonight. And we might have some tomorrow if there's any left, but I guarantee you Mr. Andy is going to dive into this cake, and I bet there won't be in here tomorrow night. I'll let y'all know, because I'll video something tomorrow night, and I'll let you know if this cake is gone. But I bet it'll be gone, every bite of it. I bet it will be. I do. I bet every bite of this cake will be gone. We'll pull that up on there. I want it all coated, if I can get the whole thing outside coated in sugar and cinnamon. This is my kind of cake, you all. No icing, just cake. Just cake. Just cake. Now then, I can get the inside there covered. It's all covered in brown sugar and cinnamon. And this kitchen smells just like fall, Thanksgiving, dessert, cinnamon, nutmeg, sugar. I mean, it just smells heavenly. I've told y'all that, haven't I? All right. I'll be back when we cut it after a while. All right, y'all. No mics. Now you can hear me. Now we got it going. No mics, hair down. We're almost ready for bed. Not quite. We're going to try this cake. Like I said, it's a dense cake. And I just cut me a little piece because I didn't want a big piece. Andy's been wanting in this cake so bad, y'all. But he's already gone to bed. So I guarantee you tomorrow he will get into that cake and it will be gone. Well, that's a good cake. You want a bite? such a good cake. A yummy cake. And being better in the morning with a cup of coffee. It will be. Well, that's going to be all for this one. You all remember, like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video. That'll be all for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.